hello, welcome to stream. Hi, hello, welcome to stream.
Mind the side effects. A bitter pill to swallow.
No need to fret. I shall handle this.
Hi, hello, welcome to stream. Hi, hello, welcome to stream.
Hi, chat. We be doing the Genshin of impacting.
Hurry up, Brassa!
Shut up. I'm not Mr. Electro Forgetter. So I have moved some artifacts around because Varessa's probably going to be on my main team. She's at 47,220, although that's not really great. Her weapon is... Yeah. I need to get her a better artifact set. I've got 557, although I will say we should probably go fight this Hush Helia. Yeah, she does, but... That was fast as fuck.
Strength is one of those things where you gotta use it or lose it. So, wanna train with me sometime?
It ain't that hard. You know there's a way to... What? There is? No, what?
Hi, hello, welcome to stream.
There's no way. Is it a bug?
Let my name echo in song! Benny's adventure team. I have failed.
My man died.
Be mindful of your injuries. Bow your head.
Let the world collide!
Yeah.
I can't say. What do you mean he healed himself?
Seems like an emergency. Mind the side effects.
The show begins!
I am wondering if you are stressed about something. What the fuck you mean?
Time to shine!
Huh?
Let the mighty be humbled.
Where'd he go? What? Chat, I guess I'm stressed.
Exercise caution.
Echoing song.
Let the mighty be humbled.
No, no, there's someone in my world playing the game, and I'm reading their chats. And they're like, are you stressed? And I'm like, no. What the fuck is happening?
Health comes first.
May I present?
I'm sorry, Chung Chung.
Ah, yes.
Ow!
The tides beckon. Settle down.
Why is he so hard to beat?
I see the temperate waters of eons.
So maybe
Hi, hi, hello,
No.
welcome to stream.
no. Aw. What is happening? Please. I'm so confused. You know what? I don't.
I'd have lost myself long ago if I allowed myself to be led by the whispers of the abyss. Surviving is tough. Taming the beast within?
Garlic bread would absolutely help. If someone's... Cool. It's only a guess though. I mean, I don't really know. I'm not really stressed. I'm just kind of chilling. Gets a box of sensitive. Yes, I would love some garlic bread. Hello. God damn it.
Don't look at me.
Farina is dead. Okay. Yeah, maybe the Farina left. Okay, do we want to start over? What is happening?
Let the mighty be humbled.
I iframed the fuck out of that.
Fighting to me!
No, because my Sara isn't built.
Is this our fate?
And I wanna beat his ass. I wanna do it. And probably not. They probably patched it out. Oops. Bro, you are 11K. Yeah.
I see the value in my
Chat, they think I'm
but I
famous.
also see the meaning in all the endeavors of the people of Fontaine.
Oh
I
no.
believe I will continue to take pride in fulfilling my duties.
Alright. I'm matching. I'm just a guy. Alright, what the fuck you want, bitch? Get the fuck out of here. Die. Oh! Damn. Damn, guys, they... They're like, you have over 200 plus videos. I'm like, yeah? Ah, yes. Alright, hang on. Wait, yes, hang on.
Melusines are beautiful creatures. They are the pride of Fontaine. Be sure to befriend them. Cause them no harm.
Chat, they think I'm a big YouTuber. I'm just like, hi, I'm here. Hello, friends. They're like, are you really streaming right now? And I'm like, yes. Home? Hot. Okay. I am watching. Okay. No, I'll bring my ride in this time. We could do a Hyperbloom team. Yes. This is my normal team, actually. Please carry me. I'm bad at this boss. Hello, friends. I am just me. Hi. I am not playing on the PS5. Nope. Pissy. People think I have a PS5.
Torn to oblivion.
Ah, yes, and she doesn't crit. I'm glad you're enjoying.
No escape.
My Raiden isn't really built. I'm so sorry. I forgot I stole artifacts off her.
Inazuma shines eternal. Time to shine.
Ah, fuck me. Oops. Do y'all want to try like a lesser level? I want to point out, I can 36 star Abyss any day. I'm good at this game, I swear. Shut up, Helia. I can use my TPS. Please? Carry me. I'm so bad at this game. Chat, it just reloaded me in there with my Raiden only. That is so funny. Do you have C6? No, I'm broke. 4 stars? Yes. 5 stars? No. Marcy? Hi. Hi. Can I help you? What do you want, kitty? Here. I'm normally good. I just don't... Let's do this one instead.
I see the value in my own work, but I also see the meaning in all the endeavors of the people of Fontaine. I believe I will continue to take pride in fulfilling my duties.
Normally a hyper boop team works just as well, but... DPS. DPS. I can't believe they think I'm, like, famous. That makes me smile. Not gonna lie. Put level 90? We won't do it?
Melusines are beautiful creatures. They are the pride of Fontaine. Be sure to
Content?
defend them.
Alright, sure.
Cause them no harm.
Content, chat. Content. Cereal, please.
I see the value in my own work, but I also see the meaning in all the endeavors of the people of Fontaine. I believe I will continue to take pride in fulfilling my duties.
Are you a ghost of something you bang? Nah, I'm a dragon fae. The mask is just there because I think it's cool. That's it. Hang on. Let me let this poor other person in who's just running around. Who's a... I have a C1 Arlecchino. That might work. I could use... No, she's not that built. I have... Play, that's a... I will be healer then. A wild roly-coly. What the fuck is a roly-coly?
The doctor will see you now.
Seems like an emergency.
This world will be reduced to
Mind the side effects.
I'm just gonna... Oh god.
A bitter pill to swallow.
Time to end them! Show no mercy!
Remember.
Shalonen is getting a rerun, and so is Venti.
Suffer the wrath of Eatling!
Oh my god, chat, we're doing it.
Bullseye!
Be sanctified.
Bullseye! Bullseye!
Seems like an emergency. Mind the side effects.
Open fire! Hey, no dying!
No dying.
Remember, health comes first.
You good there, buddy? Whoa, 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 whoa. Hang on, chat. Did y'all just see what came out of the ground when he did that?
Locked on!
Those little red blocks look exactly...
Seems like an emergency.
What do you mean cough, cough, cough?
Remember, health comes first.
Watch out!
A bitter pill to swallow.
I also like that there's two voice actors who did the voices for this guy. Oh, yeah.
Mind the side effects. Seems like an emergency.
Open fire!
A bitter pill to swallow.
He's Papa! Get him! Show no mercy! Hey, no dying!
I'm not dying. I'm literally the healer.
Take me up!
Mind the side effects. Remember, health comes first.
Yeah, look at those. Those squares look exactly like the unknown gods. That is the shittiest HP goblet of my life. I own 3 of those now. Cool. I don't know if should share thoughts down with pretty the voice of their friend something when they die. That's so fucking dope. Thank you.
The show begins! Yep.
Yeah, finally did it. Why aren't you having many 5 stars? I'm a broke bitch.
I see the value in my own work,
When you lose your way,
but I also
gaining
see
some
the meaning
altitude
in
can
all
bring
the
some
endeavors of
perspective.
the people. of
How many
Fontaine.
5 stars do I
I
have?
believe I will continue to take pride in fulfilling my duties. Water comes in many flavors. to
I'm
the
missing
discerning.
1, 2, 3,
Mondstadt's water is
4,
crystal
5.
I don't like them putting chemicals in the water
6,
that
7,
turn the freaking
8,
frogs
9,
gay. Do you
10,
understand
11,
that? Turn the
12,
freaking frogs gay. This crap gay. Frogs freaking frogs. It's not
19,
funny.
20,
I'm gonna say it real slow for you.
22,
Gay
23,
frogs.
24. Sure.
I see the value in my own work, but I
I'm a little
also
out of
see the
practice
meaning in
these
all the
days.
endeavors of the people of Fontaine.
Any conflicts
I
around?
believe I will continue to
I'm
take
in the mood
pride
for
in
some
fulfilling my
peacemaking.
duties.
Hi, Sapphire! How are you, sweetheart? Thank you so much for the raid. I was in the middle of counting, so I apologize. Twitch chat type exclamation mark Discord. Hey, can we get an exclamation mark shout out for Sapphire and an exclamation mark Discord? What were you doing, Sapphire? Were you doing the arts? YouTube? Ah, I got you, homie. Helia, can you do me a favor and post the Discord link in the YouTube chat? That would be great. Ooh, I hope they went well. Hello.
I'd have lost myself long ago if I allowed myself to be led by the whispers of the abyss. Surviving is tough.
Water comes in
Taming
many
the beast
flavors to
within
the discerning palate.
It's tougher.
Mondstadt's water is crisp.
Okay,
and
I
pure,
kick out.
While water from Liyue has an enduring aftertaste.
Yes,
In
I
Inazuma,
love
the
playing.
water possesses
Hey,
a-
Novalet, shut up for 5 minutes. Imagine being Helia, shut up. Yeah. Yeah. I'm debating on pulling for Venti. I just kind of want him.
Add Astro.
Oh, I gotta do this, don't I? I forgot this existed. Vulnerability Geo, don't give a shit. Invulnerability Pyro, that's fine. Invulnerability Cryo, also fine. And I'm not using my animal team. Awesome. Oh, I'm done. I don't like the music of the Collective of Plenty that much.
Hurry up, Brassa!
Let's burn this breeze.
Let's get my actual team in here. See, I do big damage. I'm a good bean. I do the big damage.
Illusion shatter!
Settle down.
Can you?
Let the mighty be humbled.
Let my name echo in song! There is no escape!
Bow your head. You're pretty strong.
So I do have to finish the rest of the bounties because they will never leave my map.
Now you shall perish! The doctor will see.
This is nothing. Taking a turn for the better.
The tides beckon.
Come on, Neverlet, do your damage.
There's a tear in my robe.
No, that was absolutely a skill issue right there.
Mind the side effects.
Illusion shattered! Torn to oblivion!
Nice. And where's the last one? All the way over here. That's such a height. Who's DMing me? Direct messages. Yes. While I appreciate the friend requests, I ask that people read the rules first.
A bitter pill to swallow.
Because I specifically say don't DM me and don't friend request me without asking. When I say play, I'll have Genshin play nights where everyone can hang out and come to play. But that won't be for a bit.
Strike a pop.
Remember, health comes first.
Be sanctified. Bow your head.
There we go. And what are you attacking? Kelia, have you turned in my thingies yet? It's pyro sigils.
Why me?
Can we get to level 50 yet? Or is that... not a possibility right now?
This realm is...
That kind of sucks, I'm not gonna lie. I was hoping, no offense, that Natlan would be done. Alright, I should be able to make everything else. It's currently impossible to... Oh, fuck. Okay.
If you ever have...
Tuesday, Friday, Sunday. Today's what? Monday, right? I don't want to fight this boss. But ascending her to level 90 would be amazing. Yay. Okay, we're going into this weird thing. I'm a good at multitasking.
Running late again.
Alright, let's go. So this is upstairs now, kind of. Face your final test. Learn the truth and make your choice. Oh, come on. Well, fuck you. My traveler is not a DPS. Is this, I guess, the new world boss or the new... What the fuck? I can't move. What? I couldn't move. At this rate, the distorted power devour your frail body utterly. Even so, you surprised me. You surprised me. I did not expect that you could use the power within your blood to such an extent without us receiving the proper guidance. Holy shit, it's a dragon. Come, accept the guidance of the true sacred flame. Let the power bear you up, rather than use your body to bear this power. Come forth. Long have I have awaited you, chosen of dragons. A life floats around you. The rampaging power within your body seems to circulate, submitting to some ever-shifting cycle. Your body seems to adapt to this change. It's just like the moment when you gained wisdom from the liquid phlogiston you immersed yourself in. Countless images flow through into your mind, following the circulating power, almost as if they are being reassembled and read out to you. Come, I have something to show you. The speaker's voice seems immeasurably distant, and after that, both your body and your consciousness fall into the white abyss. What is happening? We're big now? Open your eyes, descendant of the Flame Lord. I believe this is the second time I've formally met you in this form. Look! Oh my god, wait! You have briefly achieved the form of a mature dragon after your power was channeled through the proper guidance. Were not the case, the savage strength would have warped your form. In an earlier eon, the phlogiston-rich soils that sustained Natlan were regarded by the Heavenly Reaver as a form of so-called holy soil phenomenon. They cast sky nails down to destroy the land. We dragons boast extreme adaptability and evolutionary capacity, but this was used against us. Countless dragonborn could only devolve so as to survive in present-day Natlan. But their bloodline has not changed. That is why, I can't pronounce that name, would not admit the mark of the one-horned would prove, for in the beginning, it was thought through his horn that the Pyro Dragon Sovereign first transmitted flaming light and wisdom. Okay. So, the removal of the blessing was a lie you made up. Only one of omission. If not guided correctly, this disordered power would indeed kill most Saurians who bear the blessing. The only question becomes whether we could control the beast's blessing's occurrence or not. The answer was that we had a high chance of success. But you do not speak falsely even so. I did intend to use a human to unseal the volcano and use Shibalank's oath to have a human bring back the other golden entreaty. Which is why I created the legend in the first place. And I would have not named it an honorable tactic. Many are the great humans who have died for this cause. But you will understand in time that I no longer had any other choice. So the so-called chosen of dragons refers to both the chosen dragon and the chosen human who brings the dragon here. It's just that once you were brought here, the human's duty had already ended. None but you remained to tread the final path. They're ringing in my head. Why? Now that you have mastered the way of dragons born to speak, a distant thing indeed from the brute cries of Natlan's Saurian kind. And if you willed it, you could have any intelligent being understand your words. Indeed, the phlogiston within your body and the information and wisdom passed down from the antiquity through the primal flame will also begin emerging. You are the sage of stolen flame, so then what should I call you? Kukuklulan, then? That was the first of my names, and also the one that bound me most tightly. Later, however, as my list of names grew, I grew to become insignificant. But Cuckoo, I'm calling you Cuckoo, fuck off, forget it. Though all my names will very soon become meaningless, for you may simply call me that for now. Strange, I seem to forgot something very important. Confused? Well, it is quite normal to, after having reattained wisdom, being flooded by the sea of information. But if you'd like me to assuage your discomfort, allow me to change to a form that you would find more familiar. Well, what do you think? Quite convenient, no? Should you desire it, our transformative arts will reveal themselves to you with but a thought. Though you will require the help of a little souls, too. I'm fine. I'm happy the way I am. Fair enough. Forgive me for being presumptuous. That's how the story began, no? In that case, let us start this way too. Anyways, come with me. I like that he was a dragon before. Guys, I love you. Y'all are amazing. But please, for the love of God, if you're in the Discord server, please don't DM me about an art bot. Just open a ticket. That's what they're there for. I'm tired of getting a DM or two a day about how many art bots join the server. What is this place? This is the true heart of the sacred mountain. No! In the beginning, the first pyro dragons off. Why? I'm not skipping any of this. I just can't read it. The reaver from beyond the skies once froze something in lava, causing him to fall into a false death. And when the dragon king descended from beyond the circles of this world, he was called forth by the abyss and awoke from his long dream. The reaver annihilated the... Why does it sound familiar from Honkai? Helia, take note of Reaver for a Honkai Star Rail and Genshin Impact lore video. Thank you. The Reaver annihilated the great black-winged lord at a great cost. And at that moment, our fiery sovereign, the one who had been steeped in the abyss, regained brief, tragic clarity. As he saw it, this realm, once ruled by wisdom's blazing light, now lay shattered. A land once suffused by primal flame was now corroded by the dark foe, cankered and covered head to toe in sores. Having himself become a breeding ground for darkness, his periods of clarity ever shortening, he knew not when he would become lost to senselessness, twisted nothingness. In truth, in his final days, he may as well restarted his false death for all the difference it made. All the while, his entire race had become a gaggle of squawking fools. Now that you do possess true wisdom, I have little doubt that you, too, understands how it feels to be a changed being. And so, he used the last of the time and wisdom left for him to transform the Dragon City once more and create something. And finally... What is that? I can't pronounce that. Y'all think I'm dyslexic. The Natlan phlogistonization array. That is to say, a device that can transform all of Natlan into a land of only phlogiston, or a matter of comprised of phlogiston. Phlogiston is an atom upon which information can be described, and itself is a form of competronium, an element that can be used to imitate the essence of any and all things through the weaving of language, iridescent inscriptions. That's fucking insane. So, like, if someone is able to tolerate phlogiston enough, they could just absorb knowledge. This is why they should have these voiced. This is like, what the fuck? This is why phlogiston could take on different forms and even switch between them. And this is also why you could see phantoms at the repair mechanisms in the Chamber of Deliberation. I'm not even gonna attempt to pronounce that. We'll burn everything, and all that information will be logged and replicated by the ocean of phlogiston units, turning all Natlan into a realm composed solely of primal flame. When that happens, the moment of the abyss approaches, the astral assemblages created by the primal flame will automatically attach to them, using mutual annihilation reactions to consign our shadowy foe to oblivion. Wow. The abyss shall never again be allowed to gaze upon this realm, but all the lives in Natlan. They will die by this person's hand, or they can forsake their bodies and become pure phlogiston-based life forms. Wait, so they're just talking about killing everybody in Natlan who are all bound by the Ode of Resurrection, which death won't like, mind you, and then just make them phlogiston-based life forms. There shall neither be ley lines nor substantive bodies. We shall own everything, yet never own anything. We shall be beholden to neither birth nor death. Perhaps even life's meaning shall soon become null and void to us. But is it just Natlan, or is it the entirety of Teyvat? Because that's a huge fucking difference. At that time, those dragons who have discarded their bodies and become phlogiston life forms should become the rulers of the new world. That is terrifying. So I thought too when this plan was first revealed to me. At the time, I believed that should this come to pass, all life would simply become flickering illusory shadows cast by a titanic torch. Having lost our bodies, we would be bereft of any possibility to continue evolving. But no dragonborn who serves Shioja could refuse his orders. So I sought another path. Perhaps I should don another guise for this bit. Well, what do you think? Quite fascinating, no? Things such as this are easily possible through proper phlogiston manipulation via iridescent inscriptions. Just now, and it sounded like... Yeah, it does! It sounds exactly like what Focalors did in Fontaine. But the opposite way. Focalors gave the hydro, oh, what the fuck are they called? What the fuck are they called? English, please, words. She gave the not noodles, fart face. What are they called? Not the Sealies. The fucking Oceanids. That's what it is. Focalors gave the Oceanids life, gave them blood, gave them bodies. However, technically, Oceanids could not at the time sexually reproduce with anybody else other than people from Fontaine, which is an interesting tidbit. Any children born from them were also Oceanids, which is why they would melt in primordial seawater and just turn to water themselves, because of the fact that they were made of water. They were returning to would return to the primal sea, because the power of God only goes so far. And Focalors spent the last 500 fucking years, you know, just being a damn goat, and then pretending to die. And then actually died. Which is insane, mind you. And then, this sounds exactly like that, except the reverse. Instead of... did that work? Did the oh my god work? Huh, that's weird. Helia, can you refund his points since he didn't get it? Let me try something. Interesting. I guess Blurp isn't working right now. Sorry, guys. Alright. Anyways, I'm done with my rant. What an interesting response. Alright, now, let's head to Tona Tua to search for that non-existing Jade of Return, shall we? Alright, am I supposed to be looking for something? Am I missing something, Helia? I like the lights. It's really pretty here. I am. Now, that's a fine name. Before the false sky... Before the false sky! I'm sorry. I had to answer a DM. What? Okay, the false sky enveloped the world. So what does the sky look like before then? Also, the three moons, like the three moon sisters. In those days, while in search of light in the pitch-dark outer realms, we set up a stairway? No. Might be more correct to call it a cable to reach beyond our skies. And before Ochkan spun it around, we've been prepared to leave it beyond our orbit and use it to tighten the sky cable and anchor to the ladder's trajectory. Later on, it was modified to... Whoa! Is that the sword in the background? What's his name's sword? Shibalank's sword. Or whatever the fuck, the monster, the Abyss Monster sword. It looks a lot like the Reaver's sword from Honkai Star Rail. Later, it was modified and became that. It was originally intended to have hung high in the sky, and then my beloved son, Ochkan, hid a golden entreaty there. I once thought that through him I could discover how one seated upon heaven's throne converted the ley lines into a girdle that defends his planet. Someone seated upon heaven's throne converted the ley lines into a girdle. That's fascinating. A girdle is like a bridle almost, kind of, right? What the fuck is a girdle? Hang on. Oh, so a girdle's like a corset? I was waiting for the ad break. Then I could use this method to merge human and dragon races, allowing dragonkind to use subtler means to resist our greatest foe, the Abyss. Does this mean the Abyss came from another planet? And perhaps even allow the Dragonborn the right to once more glimpse the truth beyond the skies. But you failed. Indeed, compared to the other dragons, whose souls are more powerful and more uniform, the individual variation among human souls was far too great, and most of them are too fragile anyway. Ochkan, his spirit was like broken glass. He flew way too close to the sun, that he could become with it, and close he got indeed, only to lose his shape as a result. He was so alike to my old self, and just as disappointing. Just like the humanity itself. Perhaps I came into contact with it because I too once shared their frailties and harbored fantasies of overcoming the strong, even in my weakness. That is a dragon's tail. That is a dragon's fucking tail. And such a fantasy came true once when Xabalanque seized upon his weak point and slew him. He was the master of the first flame, wielder of all light, heat, and wisdom. He controlled the primal flame, and could even plunge his entire body into it. By all rights, at that time there was no way he could have been harmed. He had not modified one of his pupils to serve as a control hub, because he had to monitor anchor reality using this eye. It became his sole weakness. That's how Xabalanque was able to take him down alongside himself. Wait, they died together. Yes, Xabalanque was undoubtedly slain at the time, but he's reborn then, and thus became the so-called god of fire, the Pyro Archon. So yeah, it is true that every single Gnosis came from a dragon sovereign. Perhaps he paid the price for his death, this death delayed, or perhaps this was part of the deal he had made with a certain entity all along. Renova, the goddess of death. Whatever the case, he knew what Huitzip was, and naturally my alliance with him through Ochkan meant to prevent its activation. Enter then the golden entreaties, the control hub that could be used to reactivate this place, split into two between us for safekeeping. So there's that. So that is a dragon's tail. Like, that is the skeleton of a dragon over there. And that over there is that. So this is also part of a dragon's skeleton, which is fucking massive. Holy shit. That's what these things were. Every time we activated them. Why does this one have... That one has, like, fire. That one has, like, just rocks. And this one has leaves. Yeah. This is a tower that allows him to cover all Natlan and anchor its area of coverage. Most of them were destroyed at Oaks Khan's orders, but their fragments serve the same purpose anyway. They never imagined that the carrier medium was something far smaller and more delicate, to the point that even a single stone could contain iridescent inscriptions. Had they found out, my plans now would have been rendered impossible. On Tona Tua, a place where I stored the Golden Entreaty alongside this place. I once believed that humanity could create a civilization still more glorious. After Xabalanque's apotheosis, I even thought they might avoid the dead end we walked into. So I decided to give them more time. But too many years have gone by. None amongst the tribes have even dared, not since Ochkan, to establish a united empire. Not until today, they lean on the authority of their soul-card Archon like a crutch. They were able to forge weapons for themselves to wield, such that their world might be defended from the all-corrupting dark. Their way of fighting against the Great Shadow still lies in their stale stories of heroic valor passed from generation to generation. So consumed are they with the past that they dare not risk it all. Each time our foe strikes in the shadows, they slowly accumulated the fruits of civilization and are destroyed all in an instant, and afterwards they are only the eternal cycle or worse, inorexia de-evolution. The time I granted as grace has long lost all meaning as a result. Perhaps if I give them a few thousand years more, perhaps several tens of thousands, they may create that glorious shining epoch. But my faith has run out. And waiting has become a luxury, whether it be for me or this once sealed sacred city. Come, this story is almost at its end. Let's me witness your choice. Mine? Yes, chosen of the dragons. I would hear your answer. Alright, before I go, Helia, did I miss anything? That's crazy. Behold, I'm not even Huitzilopochtli and its activation array. Bring it to life. This way, our shadowy enemy may never again gain a foothold upon this place, and afterwards, via gradual expansion of the primal flame's power, just like when a complete bubble is blown with the leaking husk of an old one. Perhaps the entire world shall become free from the abyssal poison. But the authority over primal flame. When Natlan is fully phlogistenized, the very concept of life will be rewritten. That authority will then return naturally. Only draconic phlogiston life forms may wield this authority. As such, you could become the shaper of this new world. You can also become the Pyro Dragon Sovereign Renewed. Interesting. Okay. So does that mean he's gonna take that from Mavwika? Does that mean she loses her abilities? No, I suspect that any such rulership would be something entirely new, surpassing our traditional conceptions. Then you shall reclaim all light, all heat, all wisdom, bringing order and great glory back to this realm, even to this world, even if doing so means the end of evolution. Who knows? Perhaps it will instead prove the beginning of a new evolutionary cycle. Stopping on the path leading onward can be a form of bravery, especially when the alternative is infinite regression. Now then, choose. Activate that thing. Notice how Ether has no elemental in that cutscene? There was no elemental at all for him. He can't see the elements. No, wait. Oh, mine. Here I thought you wouldn't be able to remember them. Never mind how your mind has at least 1,000 years worth of memories within you. I also intended you to make your decision while having forgotten them. Rainer was never meant to have existed here, though, of course. He was never meant to have existed here. So he knows that the Traveler's a descendant. Though, of course, it was precisely due to his aid that you're able to reach this place. He is, however, rather special. It may be that the phlogistonization of Natlan will not affect him. It may be. No one knows what will happen once it's activated. Perhaps there shall be no difference between you and me. Perhaps we shall both be destroyed. Perhaps he and that little emissary by his side will live. Perhaps they will not. Ah, enough of that. Time is short. We do not have much excess energy left to also maintain those of our kind who have already become phlogistonized life forms. If we do not obtain the authority of our primal flame, all shall soon perish, and once more comes the choice itself will be lost to us. Quickly, choose, O chosen of dragons. This is an omen of new life and also the finally end treaty. Entering trigger sequence. 3 rounds of confirmation will be required to activate or deactivate the sweeping skyfire. First confirmation, are you certain you wish to activate it? Okay. Sweeping skyfire generator is on approach, supplying energy. Calibration initiated. Second confirmation, are you certain that you wish to activate it? Okay, what happens if I don't go through with it? I missed something. Okay. Okay, I trust you. I'm gonna look up the cutscene later, though. Sweeping Skyfire generators continuing its approach. Phlogiston flow strength increasing. Accelerating. High ambient heat detected. Third confirmation. Are you certain that you wish to activate it? Third confirmation complete. So this is your choice then. Ah, yes, this too is fine. Perhaps I should have made the same choice as you all those years ago. Even though, how regrettable. Sweeping Skyfighter generation at closest possible proximity. Collision, gather, final, complete. Destroyed, and thus welcome the moment of rebirth. Before you stretches a world of pure white. None can know what this light means in this realm, for it permeates every corner. Nor does time retain any meaning. 10 million years pass in what seems but a moment. It, or something that was once it, is the sole remaining consciousness. This world is a shadow, can never then again threaten, but is it a world with any meaning? It knows that the primal flame is not inexhaustible, though it shall burn for billions of years in this dark cosmic sea. Sometimes it recalls as if a dream, travels through once embarked alongside two companions when the land was still tangible. Holding on to these memories, it thinks it yet might endure the torment until death comes upon eternity's far shore. Still, it recalls time and again. But still, for reasons none can know, only it remains. If it could return to that moment, was there another choice? So, we have to turn it off. Time loop. So, I could keep turning it on? Alright, so it's the same. Notice there, Traveler has no elemental powers. Do I deny all three then? I'm just gonna deny it the first time. I still believe in humanity, and I will not put Rainer and Paimon at risk. And yet, you may not hold the same pride of place in their hearts. Are they not adventurers who roam the worlds? Perhaps it was only out of clarity or the desire to gain treasure. Oh, that is absolutely what happened. The whole of Tevat was fucked up. Like, that, and it's just, it is a thing. Or the desire to gain treasures from the world that they brought you here. Perhaps in their hearts they even harbor grievances. And against the nuance you make of yourself, roaring as the way that you do. What they think of me matters little. They, however, are important to me. That's what really counts. You have no idea what folly you have chosen or what you shall not lose. There is still time, you know. I will not activate it. Even if the wisdom and power you enjoy now will fade without the primal flame's aid. If I was fire, it was the fire and logic that intellect you deprived. Yet deprived of our primal source, we shall merely be share the feeblest of flames between two meager matches. Soon everything here shall cease to exist, and you will lose both your strength and powers of speech. How will you tell Rainer and Paimon that you almost gained it, and in the end lost? They don't need to know about something as silly as this. Fool. You do not even know where they are, nor is there any way back from this place. If there isn't any way back to them, then I'll make one. Okay, he says nothing cool. His design was sick, though. Alright, before I leave, Helia, is there anything I missed? Come back, you know what... You know not what you perturbment. You burn through the power vested in your body. Come back, you know what not you French. Your folly is beyond belief. Come back, you... Oh, so it's just... Come back. We're about to be trapped, huh? Nothing's happening. Wait, no. Did you save us? Varsha? Be on your guard. The battle's not yet over. Alright, and there's still that big guy. Oh, okay. Now that my Traveler actually doing damage. Electro Traveler for this sounds like misery. Oh, phew! Finally over. O chosen of dragons, you have completed every trial set before you. The Flame Lord's blessing has been dispelled. Curse has been lifted. I was gonna say, for you to have grown up this big and still be safe, Varsha. Could it be the fighting was just what needed to bleed the blood like hers? Still, the Sage of Thorn Fear would. Wait, what's wrong? Were you hurt during the battle? Chosen of dragons, I choose you after much deliberation. And you have my thanks for all you have done. I believed in you, and I... it's hard for me to say this, Rainer. Never forget that I love you. Looking back to his normal size. So this is as far as the maintenance functions go. I thought your technical skills could have taken us a bit further. Yeah, I could tell. Still, I finally understand how you felt, my brave brother. I now know what it means to come to the end of one day, to yearn to see this one thing done, or to receive that single clear answer, and to be willing to do anything to accomplish these goals. I imagined you'd scold me. Why are those things I say and do always worlds apart? If I truly wish for the dragon to activate that system, should I not have raised them within the sacred city, teaching them to hate this world? Why did I send them to be by a human side? Perhaps deep down I still wished to believe. But look, isn't it wonderful? I made the same choice back then, and Ochkon too, for that matter. My elder brother, O Lord, who gave me life on the day yourself you were born. You once said that in my final moments I would understand your desires. Haha, but it seems that on this point alone I cannot concede. Well, that was weird, all that shaking and all the... Did the volcano blow off a little smoke? We ran ourselves silly just for that? Rawr. Not the other one. We grabbed you and booked it. Still, you gave us quite the fright, fainting the way you did after the battle. You're still feeling unwell? Hee hee, sure sounds like the worst is over. Anyway, so the Flame Lord's blessing is gone now, but... Varsha still has that mark on his head. As you reach out your hand, he stands afraid as Hansike, rubbing his horn gently against your palm. The mark itself... It's dimmed and cooled, no longer concealing that faint warmth. It seems whatever the power it had is gone now. I could have a feeling like you were a bit smarter while you were bigger just now. Now, well, you're back to looking a little bit silly. Tell him, trust me, he's our silly little guy! He's just a silly little guy! Anyways, who would have thought we removed the Flame Lord's blessing, huh? We might just have be on our way to writing ourselves a new legend. All this adventuring makes me hungry, yes. That was the fucking coolest quest ever. Ode to Hermione. So we finished everything in the book. No, that was a really, really good quest. Like, they Honestly, that's on level with some of the Fontaine quests.
Ad Astra. Thank you for
Oh, it's a purple. Guess I got another Auroron. Okay. Yeah, this is the perfect weapon for him. Alright, the ads are about to start, so I'm gonna go take a quick bathroom break and I will be back.
The ability to not get lost some sort of talent? What a place. Surprises.
I'm heading east. Don't you come with, you hear?
Don't interfere with the mixing process if you don't keep your voice down.
I'm heading east. Best I don't
What
see you
a
over in the
place.
west, then. Boring. Isn't there anything else more interesting to do? I'm heading east. Best I don't see you over in the west,
Process if you
then.
don't keep your voice down. What a place.
What sort of color
World
is
is
this?
full of
Rotten
surprises.
onion skin?
Is the ability to not get lost some sort of
I'm
talent?
heading
With the
east.
mixing
Don't
process
you
if
come
you
with,
don't
you
keep your
hear?
voice down.
What sort of color is this? Rotten onion Best skin? I don't see you over in the west,
What
then.
a place. World is full of surprises.
I'm heading east. Don't you come with, you hear? Best I don't see you over in the west, then.
What a place. Full of surprises.
Tea parties are a must for the well-mannered. If you'd like to learn the proper etiquette, I'd be happy to teach you. I'm heading east. Don't you come with, you hear? Best I don't see you over in the west,
Process if you
then.
don't keep your voice down. What a place.
Rotten onion skin?
Full of surprises.
I'm heading east. Don't you come with, you hear?
The ability to not get lost some sort of talent?
Best I don't see you over in the west, then.
Don't interfere with the
What
mixing
sort of
process
color is
if you
this?
don't keep your
Rotten
voice down.
onion skin?
Full of surprises.
Boring. Isn't there anything anything else more interesting to do?
Okay, return.
What sort of
I'm not sure what I'm doing quite yet, Helio. There's like a few quests left to do that I have.
What a place.
Like this one.
running late again? Here I go! Hurry up, Brassa! Time to roll!
Die.
Hurry up, Brassa! Da!
I literally thought I was about to fail. Come
Uh,
back later and check?
did-
Okay.
Time to roll! Huh. Dab! Dab! Hi! Oof! Look out below!
This one? Oh, 3 IRL hours? Ugh.
Hurry up, Brassa!
Alright, Varessa, you're kind of annoying.
Headbutt! Heads up!
Am I, like, missing? Like, where are they, though? Am I like... How do I get off? You mean this?
Get back on track. Get back on track. Yeah, yeah. Heads up. Let's fly. Bullseye. Bullseye. Locked on. Time to roll.
And then go down?
Running late again. Get back on track. Headbutt. Ha! Let my name echo in song. You have overruled.
Witness my rise.
Why me? Maximum power! Hero incoming! Hero incoming! Oof! Kapow!
Come on.
Charge! That was a cheap shot! Yeah! Strike a pop!
Open fire.
Locked on! Bullseye! Locked on! Locked on! Bullseye!
Open fire.
Locked on! Locked on!
Hold on to your hats. Laid bare. Yeah.
That was,
An impressive bounty.
Oh, I got a piece of the... I still don't have the third Scions of the Canopy one. What the fuck?
Let's fly!
That's when you start using the map. The interactive map? What's funny is... Yes. What little dragon? There's like 5 little dragons already. You're gonna have to be a little more specific. No, I'm doing Mizuki's quest. Yeah, I got that. And I'm going to skip every bit of dialogue of it because I don't care.
Ice bathhouse. Well, it looks familiar.
Oh, are you here?
Oh,
Oh, sorry.
your bath.
Oops. What? I've told them before, a promotional gimmick isn't gonna magically. I'm so.
Sounds like she has.
I am, yeah.
What?
I
Oh,
don't
it's no-
care.
she only returned.
I meant when
Please, head on in.
if I talk to Mizuki, yes, but the beginning dialogue I don't care about.
An indoor hot spring?
Hello, I'll be right with you.
Oh, you okay?
Sorry, I'm so clumsy sometimes, but I promise I'll provide an excellent.
How many times do I have to tell you? You breaking a few plates isn't the reason we've been losing business. Stop apologizing for yourself all the time. All it does is make you look like an easy target.
I wasn't expecting that voice from her at all, and I love it.
It's all good. We're not out to target anyone. You didn't hurt yourself, did you?
No, don't worry. As long as it didn't ruin your experience, that's all that matters. Now, well, looks like you'll be my first customers today, so, according to our standards of service, I need to,
Why is she so panicky? Actually, we're...
Shion, let me see to these two. They're my guests.
Ah, there she is! Baku Lady is back.
So Mizuki invited you here? As VIPs?
She means you must be very wealthy. Not everyone can afford our VIP service after all. But a couple of customers with cash to splash doesn't solve anything in the long run. You should focus on what to do about our new competitor.
Aw, Murasaki. Was that you showing some concern for our business? I'm touched.
Business?
Ugh, did not.
Since you're so eager to find solutions, you can work on our most pressing task, bringing our accounts up to date. With your smarts, I'm sure you'll fly through it.
Subtext being you can't give it to Shion because she's a moron and she'd screw it up?
Okay.
Shion, I'll take things from here. What I'd like you to do is head to the kitchen and prepare some of your very best snacks for our VIPs.
Will do! That's my specialty!
Sorry to keep you waiting. I have to keep our staff
Literally
calm
moody
to
teenager
ensure you
vibes,
have
yes.
the best experience. The panicky little girl is Hyakujitsu Haku Shion, and the lazy lady is Shiba Murasaki. They're both Baku, just like me.
Wait, so the older-looking one is actually younger?
That's right. How we choose to appear is just a matter of personal preference. It's more reflective of our personality than our age. Anyway, enough about them. Back to you two. Per the terms of the VIP pass, you're entitled to free use of all our services. So the spa, the fine dining, and psychological consultancy.
So the one thing that does bother me about the voice acting in this game is that they never know how to fucking balance it. You'd think like a multi-billion-dollar company wouldn't hear every 5 seconds of like I don't need to hear her going after every S sound syllable, thank you very much. And nothing against the voice actors, I can't.
I would recommend starting with the
Starting,
psychological
like, lady.
consultancy. Between me and you, one of the steps involves getting your bad dreams eaten. Since I ate one of the traveler's good dreams by accident, this seemed like the best way to make amends.
Ooh, we get to have our bad dreams eaten by a Yume Baku? That sounds fun! Oh, that's a good point. You've been having some difficulties recently, right? It wouldn't feel right to get all this free service while you're struggling. Is there anything we can do to help out?
I love that part of her design.
I take it you overheard Mr. Aikawa complaining about our current situation.
Yeah.
I'm sorry to cause you concern. Mr. Aikawa is a smart businessman, but he tends to worry too much about short-term profits and lose sight of the big picture. Our financial situation is nowhere near as dire as you're imagining. And in any case, passing our business woes on to our customers is hardly the solution. Please enjoy the services we have to offer. Once you've experienced our hospitality for yourselves, I'm quite sure your confidence in our future prospects will be restored.
Can't argue with that. Let's get started.
Of course. The only thing is, psychological consultancy is a one-on-one service that takes quite a long time. But I can't just make one of you wait around while the other one is in therapy. So, perhaps I can treat the traveler while Shion treats Paimon? Would that work?
Fine by Paimon. But, is she up for it?
She'll be fine. I noticed how gentle and encouraging you were towards her earlier. You're the perfect client for her.
Oh,
Secondly, Shion's therapeutic approach is a little different from mine. It often involves food,
Oh, the traveler
so she
absolutely
might be
needs
a better fit
therapy.
for you.
food therapy? Oh, that sounds perfect.
All right then, please follow me.
Oh, Paimon absolutely would. Then again, no, she wouldn't.
Don't get me wrong, Paimon is genuinely better suited to Shion. But in all honesty, yes, I had my own reasons for wanting to treat you myself. Your psychology is so unique. I just had to investigate further to satisfy my own curiosity. Please, come with me.
What do you mean? I'm pissed. Chat, I'm very mad.
There's a lot that goes into managing an orchard. Watering, weeding, fertilizing the soil.
They're having a
making sure the
pop-up
temperature's
fucking
right.
store in Virginia from April 19th to 27th, which means you can get any of the Genshin merch super cheap. And I can't go. That is 5 days from now. And that's way too far for me to travel. Just for that. I'm upset.
Just what will we come?
Before we begin, please take a seat on this chair.
I knew you would. I'm good at my job. Bro, I thought we were about to do the Yaimiko, the fucking Ayaka dance
There's
again.
a theory which suggests that we bury our most powerful emotions deep within our dreams. That's the territory I would like to explore. Before I start, I'm going to ask you a few questions. I want you to nod your head for yes and shake your head for no, all right? Very good. Now, I'm going to plant a few thoughts in your subconscious, but it's nothing to get nervous about.
Can this happen
Just a
to
way
me
to
so I
improve
can have
your
good
sleep
dreams
quality,
and not weird
so the treatment
nightmares?
will be more effective. This is an incense from Sumeru that soothes the mind. The fragrance
You do
is said
dream.
to
Every
be the
brain
scent
dreams.
of
You just don't
dreams.
remember it because they're too vivid.
Now, close your eyes, take a deep breath, and concentrate on the scent. The next step requires some visual preparation, so don't open your eyes until I say so. Oh, where did it go? I need to have a stern talk with Murasaki. How hard is it to just put things back where they came from? This needs another dab here.
I am not an obedient little boy.
Huh, that's better. I said no peeping. I'm still not ready yet. Hey, don't run off now, darlings. Come here. For goodness sake, your butt's showing.
I'm gonna peek.
All right. Shh. Let me do that for you.
I'm too curious.
I can see that you don't like being kept waiting. Go on, open your eyes.
I could
Everything's ready.
crash. Okay, chat. I could crash the game and see the other version. Do you want me
Take
to
a
do
good look
that?
at this painting. There are some very special little darlings hidden within it, and I'd like you to find them.
So, I will be obedient. Blah, 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 blah. You guys are so annoying sometimes, you know that? Yeah, huh? It's Helia. Now we're just gonna sit here until she appears again.
There's a theory which suggests that we bury our most powerful emotions deep within our dreams. That's the territory I would like to explore. Before I start, I'm going to ask you a few questions. I want you to nod your head for yes and shake your head for no, all right?
This is the most annoying. Yes. Yes.
Very good. Now, I'm going to plant a few thoughts in your subconscious, but it's nothing to get nervous about. Just a way to improve your sleep quality, so the treatment will be more effective. This is an incense from Sumeru.
I wish
that
there was a way to
soothes the
skip this,
mind.
but yeah.
The fragrance is said to be the scent of dreams. Now, close your eyes, take a deep breath, and concentrate on the scent. The next step requires some visual preparation, so don't open your eyes until I say so.
Because they never updated his model. He is weird. They should have fucking updated his model.
Where did it go? I need to have a stern talk with Murasaki. How hard is it to just put things back where they came from? This needs another dab here. Ah, that's better.
No, you're right. He looks like a frog.
Hey, don't run off now, darlings. Come here. For goodness sake, your butt's showing. All right. Shh. Ready. You can open your eyes now. You kept your eyes closed the entire time. If only every patient was as compliant as you, it'd make our lives much easier. Here, you deserve a treat. Take a good look at this painting.
Girl, did you pet me
There's
and
some
tell me
very
I was
special
deserved a
little
treat like a
darlings hidden
dog?
within it, and I'd like you to find them. Do you see her? Isn't she just adorable? Now you just need to find the others. She's a Baku as well. Whenever someone starts dozing off, she's there waiting for their dream to begin. Your journey into Dreamland began as you were looking for them. Feeling sleepy? Now I want you to take my hand.
They actually make... Okay.
Very good. Now close your eyes again for me. I want you to completely relax and focus your attention on the feeling of my palm touching yours. Notice how all other sensations in your body are slowly fading away. Now, imagine you're not holding my hand, but your favorite things in all of the world. You run your hand through the sakura blossoms.
So
gently
it's
falling
Sakura?
through the
Thank you
air.
very much, not Sakura.
Then through a squirrel's fur. Then you grab a fistful of sand on the beach. You are once again in the wilderness, running with the wind at your back. But slowly, your palm loses sensation. You lose your way and find yourself surrounded by darkness. You can't see anything, but you hear some someone calling you. And now, a light is shining from the same direction as their voice.
Not really worth it? I didn't really like that you pet me like a dog. What is this place?
Traveler, come over here. Longing caused by separation. It tastes so bitter. Please don't stop moving.
Of course you did, you're a bottom.
Despair caused by failure. Icy cold on the lips. Please, keep going. Regret caused by missed opportunity. A sharp aftertaste. Please don't look back. Go to where the sakura petals fall. Go to where the squirrels play. Go to where you can hear the sound of the waves. That is where I am. Holding my hand tight, the feeling of running your hand through falling sakura
Alright, lady, you're making me
blossoms,
fall asleep.
and as you return from the wilderness. We've reached the end of today's session. Don't get up yet, though. You were just in a very deep sleep, so you're probably still feeling a little groggy. I've switched to a different incense that'll help get rid of your drowsiness.
How you getting along, Traveler?
How are you feeling after your session, Paimon?
Kinda fresher and more relaxed? It feels cozy somehow.
Good. That's exactly how you should feel after having a nightmare eaten. It sounds like the session was quite effective.
Oh, for sure. Paimon especially liked how she used the sense of taste to help guide the process. But Paimon was asleep for most of it, so she's not really sure how it all works. Do the Yume Baku just like sneak into your brain and gulp down your bad dreams in one go?
I mean, probably.
It's quite a bit more complicated than that. It deals with people's most visceral emotions, which have to be handled with the utmost care and attention.
That sounds super mysterious.
Sorry, that probably made no sense at all. Anyway, don't worry about the details. How are you feeling, Traveler? Really? I still think there's more work to be.
What do you mean?
You have quite a reputation for resilience and positivity, so I expected to find very few negative emotions in you at all. But when I was deep in your subconscious earlier, the sheer weight of the emotions
Oh, no.
hidden there was overwhelming.
Yeah, Canon. Yes, it is. Got him. That should work.
Well, even if you've buried those feelings deep enough to hide them from yourself, you can't hide them from a trained psychologist. But that's not what concerns me the most. Despite all your negative emotions, I couldn't find a single bad dream. So I just gave your mood a boost for now.
Huh. Well, maybe he's just an eternal optimist at heart.
Optimist or not, everyone has bad dreams. Maybe they're just hidden even deeper in your mind. You're a unique case, as I suspected.
But he said he feels cozy, just like Paimon. So whatever you did, the treatment worked.
True.
Oh
but
no.
as a clinician, I would have hoped to reach a better understanding of my patient. Fine by me, as long as you can put up with a daily nap while holding my hand. Anyway, all jokes aside, it's time for you to try out the hot springs. Your mind has had the chance.
Oh, that sounds good. You know, this place provides a...
Don't start worrying about our bottom line again, or my work so far will count for nothing. I think the travelers recovered from the therapy.
Most impressive, I must say.
Yay, Miko.
Miko, what brings you here?
It's wife.
There you are. I heard a rumor that you were about to be kidnapped. Naturally, I had to come and see it for myself.
She's joking, right? Paimon can never quite tell with her.
Miko, it's been a while.
Oh, she never mentioned? Interesting. We've known each other since before I became the Guji. I've told her all about you. But it sounds like she's forgotten all about me.
You'll have to forgive me. I just didn't want to scare the traveler off. And hi, I'm Miko's friend seemed like a surefire way to do that.
Oh, I've missed your way with words.
So, Lady Guji, to what do we owe the honor?
Why, I simply came to see the business that my dear friend has invested in. Oh, and also to urge you to sell your shares before their value plummets to nothing.
Damn.
You could always invest in the Yi Publishing House, you know. Business is always booming. You only need to ask.
Sounds serious. But what's wrong? Are the shares really gonna plummet to nothing?
Well, hasn't she told you? Of course. She's your therapist. She has the perfect excuse to never open up. The Isa bathhouse used to be very popular, although not because of the hot springs, despite the name. Their main selling point has always been the psychotherapy services offered by the Baku. But recently, a competitor cropped up. His name is Emura Ichigensai. He operates right here on Narukami Island, and his methods are said to be quite revolutionary. Since he provides a similar service to the bathhouse and boasts even better results,
Interesting.
he was able to poach their entire clientele in just a matter of days. Oh, it's such a pity to see how empty this place is now.
Miko, my job is to relieve my clients of their burdens, not to share mine with them.
Oh, of course you'd say that. You're a professional. But no amount of professionalism is going to fix this situation, is it? I heard people have been lining up since the early morning for Emura Ichigensai's clinic today. He's seeing patients just west of Inazuma City. And, how many patients?
Surely you know I'm not going to quit.
True. Very true.
So, that's it? You're just gonna leave?
Oh, I'd love to help, little one. But I don't want to upset my old friend.
Miko's acting all mysterious again.
I understand why she doesn't want to help. The two of us are technically competitors, after all.
Huh?
Light novels are one way for people to pursue happiness in their free time. So are hot springs, and Miko and I disagreed quite significantly over the question of how to make people happy.
Interesting.
Paimon is so confused by your friendship. Paimon's curious, though. After today, it's hard to believe that anyone could offer a better therapy service than the Yume Kui Baku. Who is this Amer?
Something of a mystery. I tried to look into it. I suspect he's avoiding me on purpose, since I'm a competitor. In all this time, I haven't even figured out basic things like...
Well, we at least know where he is today, though, right? Miko happened to mention it in
Yeah,
passing.
we know, Helia, you're a lesbian.
That's true.
Then why don't we go?
As I keep reminding you, this is my problem.
Exactly. You provide an amazing...
Huh. Well, now it just seems...
Sure thing. Just...
Can I sit? I can't sit. I'm sad.
Hurry up, Brassa! This should be the place. Hi there. We're looking...
Pay first, take a
97.
53.
Jeez, what a charmer. Sounds kind of therapeutic in its own. Why don't we pass the time by talking? Sir.
Do I know you? Ah, so you're here.
Yep. Fellow.
Service? How crass.
In fairness to them, they haven't experienced it yet.
Okay.
Ah, more defectors from the bathhouse, huh?
Why do you say that?
I'll tell you why. After just a few sessions, today's supposed to be my last counseling session.
Meanwhile, Isa Bathhouse boasts about their strange and mysterious methods, but it's a total scam. They only treat the symptoms, not the root cause.
Exactly.
Me too. Probably see you tomorrow then?
Whatever the truth of the matter is, Paimon... Fine.
No, you don't need just show up, take a seat, and he takes care of the rest. I remember he lit some incense.
He's probably another Baku, but
and
he's stealing all their
instantly relaxed me.
memories.
I already know of the trouble.
I don't know why I lose my
Yes, in the set now.
I don't actually remember the guidance, but anyway, so rude.
We're only being caught.
That's a fair point. You just need some...
Go on.
Well, someone in my family actually knew Imura Ichigensai before, but he must have had some sort of epiphany, because he did it even more amazingly. All the people who used to despise him ended up becoming his best friend, so you can rest assured that whatever...
Huh?
Doubt it all you want.
Interesting.
What should we do now? We may have burned our bridges with these two. Yeah! There's still a lot of people ahead of us, though.
Yes, but also I don't want to listen to this bullshit. Because it's not important to the story.
Let go of your pain.
What the fuck?
Let go of your pain.
And I...
Who are you? It burns! Leave this place now!
The fuck was that?
Traveler, it's almost time! That was a long way. All right, now time.
Because Emura Ichigensai doesn't have a limitless... Not as long as some people. Save yourself the trouble. Spiritual masters like Emura Ichigensai cultivate their powers with peace and solitude. Someone like you ain't gonna
Drat! We should have barged in after all. Yeah.
So basically, this guy is probably not really doing anything good.
So he gives spiritual guidance, and it takes all your troubles away and leaves only happy thoughts?
Yep. At least that's what his clients say.
How is that possible? Not even Mizuki could do that, and she's an incredible psychologist.
Is that right? Paimon was gonna say, it all sounds too good to be true.
It certainly is. Humans are, how to put this, they're a moody race. Always upset about something. Show me a human without a care in the world, and I'll show you what messed up really looks like.
You think? Cause honestly, they sounded pretty convincing. And they said they only left the Isa bathhouse because they found it didn't deal with the root cause of their issues.
But the idea he is spreading is categorically wrong.
That settles it then. Emura Ichigensai is a quack, making false claims to steal all our customers.
Is that why he's doing this? To steal our customers? Or is there more to it? It's unfortunate that you didn't get to meet him in person. I need some idea of the kind of person he is. Otherwise, I have no hope of figuring
I mean,
out
it
his
is true. You can't
motivations and goals.
always be happy.
Yeah, it's too bad. Although, if it's any help, we did hear a bit about his backstory from someone else. Apparently, he used to have a really rotten temper. But then one day, he suddenly reached enlightenment and became a spiritual master or something.
Emura Ichigensai. Rotten temper. Now wait just a minute. Filing patient records is normally the most tedious job in the world. But once in a while, something mildly amusing grabs my attention. Take a look at this.
Amora Chuya?
It's him. I remember him.
Wait, that guy? Oh no!
What is it? What about him?
Where to start? Imagine a big ball of negative emotion took on human form and started walking around. That's pretty much Emura Chuya. His patient record mentions that he loved nothing more than a heated argument. No matter how trivial it was, he could never agree to disagree. He always had to be right. The happiest part of his day would be winning an argument and proving the other person wrong. If he lost, he'd sulk, and if anyone called him out, he'd throw a huge tantrum. Before long, he'd turned everyone against him.
Sounds like he had issues.
Oh yeah, serious issues. Anyway, since no one would talk to him in real life anymore, he turned to the reader's letters column of a magazine by the Yae Publishing House, where he would attack writers and trade insults with other contributors. Naturally, this ruined the column for everyone, and the editors soon started rejecting his letters. Next thing you know, he's written a complaint letter to the Tenryo Commission, demanding that Inazuma pass a law to make it illegal for the Yae Publishing House to reject letters from readers.
Gee whiz! Where would you even start with a client like that?
Interesting.
In my case, by giving them a wide berth. Mizuki dealt with this guy. I'm pretty sure he only came here to try and start something. But Mizuki managed to get him into a session, and after some treatment, his mood improved by a lot.
Murasaki makes him sound like a rabid animal. He wasn't that out of control. Sure, his personality was very abrasive, but it wasn't hard to see why. Once I understood his situation, I was able to diagnose him very quickly. You have very high expectations for yourself. But you've faced a lot of rejection in the past and haven't achieved much in your life. You've never had any real close friends, so you don't know what healthy connections with other people look like. This puts you
Damn,
and
she
ego
ripped
in the
into
center
him.
of your world. In short, you long to feel a sense of accomplishment and to receive attention from other people. But both of these are lacking in your life. You have no idea how to properly deal with these emotions, so you've been taking it out on other people, partly to seek attention, and partly because you get a shallow sense of accomplishment.
I
whenever
know,
you win
but she
award
doesn't need to
words
hit
with
so
another
close to
person.
home.
You promised the world in your adverts, and that's seriously the best you can come up with? I'm not even going to bother explaining all the reasons you're wrong. I mean, you completely misunderstood why
Hi,
I even sent that
CJ.
complaint letter.
How you doing?
The Yai Publishing House practically has a monopoly on Inazuma's publishing industry. How can they ignore what their readers have to say?
You have a date? Congratulations.
In the magazine column you wrote to, your strongly worded letter appeared alongside dozens of others which
Oh, that's
praised the writer for
awesome.
their
I hope
work.
it goes well for you.
You can't talk about what their readers have to say without including them, too.
No one with half a brain would praise a festering pile of garbage like that. Those are not opinions worth listening to.
So when I touched on the idea of you having an egocentric worldview, this is the kind of thing I was talking about.
You...
Honestly, that's how I felt on a date I went on, and I get it.
How the heck
Just
did
be
you get him to
yourself.
stay for treatment after dropping all of that on him?
You'll have a good
Simple.
time.
The more he realized the truth of my diagnosis, the more he compulsively searched for evidence to refute it with. He lost the ability to communicate like a normal human being. So I kept him here by using his preferred mode of interaction: argumentation. The Tenryo Commission had ignored his complaint letter, so he had no outlets left for his emotional outbursts. Eventually, with the help of some incendiary words, I got him to agree to try
Thank
some
you for the
basic
water.
therapy. Fine, it's a shame, really. If I'd only been able to see him a few more times, I know I could have helped him work through his personality issues. But
It was all my fault.
For the last time, it was his fault for being a nut job.
What? What happened?
Well, one day, he comes in as usual for therapy, but Mizuki isn't here, so Shion sees him instead. I don't know what got into him that day, but he suddenly announced that he wished to be free of his troubles for good, and demanded that Shion make that happen. Obviously, she didn't manage it, and then he pulled out a complaint letter to try and intimidate her. That was the last straw for me. I kicked him out and blacklisted him. He hasn't shown his face here since.
Whoa.
Anyway, now everyone's had a look at his record. Do we think there's any chance that this guy and Imura Ichigensai are the same person? Because it sounds to me like after he didn't get what he wanted, he decided to have his revenge by lying to our customers and getting them to leave.
bad dreams are formed from a buildup of negative emotions in the subconscious. You can't simply trick people into not having them anymore.
Yeah, intense story
If
moment.
Murasaki
Bill
was
Nye.
right, then surely they'd have seen his lies for what they are by now.
There's no point hemming and hawing. Let's report this guy to the Tenryo Commission for fraudulent business practices. If he can complain, so can we.
Is anyone there?
We'd like to book a therapy session. Can we start now?
Hello! Please come with me. I'll get you registered.
Wait. Those are the two guys Paimon mentioned earlier.
Oh, really? Well, that proves it, doesn't it? I was right. Now that they've So chin up, Mizuki. I bet you business will start picking up again from tomorrow morning.
Yeah, you Yume Kuibaku provide an unbeatable service. No scammers.
Interesting. Well, good. Murasaki, go help Shion, please.
Should have kept my mouth shut.
Now we just need to report this guy as a fraud to the Tenryo Commission. It looks like the Isa Bathhouse will be back in business in no time.
Of course it did. Now then, you only got partway through the VIP experience last time, didn't you? you still have to try the hot springs and snacks. Both are top tier.
Oh, true!
I'm not so sure this is...
Wow, Paimon feels incredible now. Nothing beats the complete service package. Agreed! Although Paimon didn't notice her inside just now. What could she be doing out at this hour? Let's... Hey there, Mr. Aikawa! Do you have any idea where Mizuki went?
Oh, you're looking for Mizuki? She actually tends to disappear for a while around this time every evening. As for where she goes and...
She takes the evenings to relax. She probably tells people. Oh, remember the place?
Nothing but them figuring out who and what was the fraud. So, this is Mizuki's room. By the way, chat, if you are interested, subscribing to the Patreon and or subscribing on Twitch gets you access to new content. Which you can also get sneak peeks for the new videos.
What? Why is Mizuki crying? Unless... Oh, maybe we got pulled into one of her bizarre dreams again.
Elemental vision? Because of gamer stuff? What do you mean?
Traveler? Paimon? What are you doing here?
Well, firstly, we were hoping to get our next appointment booked in.
Oh, I see. I was planning on making it back before you finished in the hot springs, but I ended up spending longer here than I intended. Don't worry, this isn't a dream. I was just feeling a little sad.
Aw, what's up? Indigestion getting you down again?
No, my digestion was fine this time. What you saw just now was the aftermath of the digestion process. Like I said, bad dreams are basically bundles of all kinds of negative emotions. When I digest them, I feel them all for myself. So when I'm processing these emotions, I tend to get quite, well, emotional.
Does that happen to all Yumei-Kui-Baku?
Oh, don't worry about the others. To feel these emotions, you first have to understand them. Most Baku have a very poor understanding of humanity. So to them, a human bad dream just tastes like a slice of bland white bread. They can basically wolf it down and barely notice the flavor. I'm the odd one out in that sense. When I was studying abroad, I made a serious effort to learn as much about human psychology as possible. Now I understand human emotions much better. I can empathize with them, and I can now discern many complex emotions when I turn my attention to digesting bad dreams. But still, that's no reason for you to be concerned about me. I wouldn't be much of a psychologist if I didn't have the mental fortitude to handle this stuff. Letting your emotions out is one of the most effective
elemental
ways to process
vision?
them.
Elemental sight?
Paimon thought maybe seeing those customers had upset you somehow. It even makes Paimon mad. You work so hard for them and then they turn around and accuse the bathhouse of being a money-making scam? Yes, they were led astray by some swindler, but it's not like they took much persuading.
I can't blame them. The idea that you can forget all of your troubles and never have a bad dream again is a very alluring one. Who wouldn't want to believe that? Traveler, if I really could make you forget all of your troubles for good, would you want me to try? You really are different from other people. Discovering what troubles people is easy for me.
Ugh,
even in
not
your
the wet
case.
socks.
But although I can see your troubles clearly, I still don't completely understand you. Thanks for checking in on me. As a psychologist, I know how to take care of myself. Anyway, it's much too late to book another appointment now. You should head home. Get some sleep.
All right, good night.
Bye for now. If you still want to book another appointment tomorrow, make sure to come see me early.
'Hang on, chat. I want to do something super fast. Six Crowns and Overnight Story. Creating the path desired. If anyone doesn't know, I actively keep track of all of my wonders of the world. Ooh, I like that.
Hurry up, Brassa! Mizuki! We're here to book our next therapy appointment. Oh no, what's wrong with them?
They've been like this ever since they woke up.
Ooh, it's an extreme case of indigestion.
Huh? How come?
I doubt it.
Paimon blames the...
You're right. Something's definitely wrong with their nightmares. Our ability to digest dreams isn't just a matter of quantity. It depends on the emotional intensity, too. Point being, no normal person should ever have a nightmare of this magnitude. Oh, this situation is dire. If I can't find a way to help them digest their dreams soon...
What can we do? Let us help!
We need to find those 2 customers from yesterday and figure out the cause of their bad dreams. Without knowing that, I have no way of treating them. Traveler, Paimon, I know you spoke to them both. Think you can track them down?
Let's see. They did say they were gonna get counseling from Amora Ichigensai again. Chances are that's where we'll find them.
Lead the way. I'm.
I knew there was something wrong with that guy. It was just like a case of angry dude. He's either possessed by a bad spirit or something.
Time to roll.
Oh my god.
Ah, the show begins.
You know, I went out to sea earlier today, but was so distracted that I lost my net. Oh well, it's not a big deal though.
Yeah, I messed up today too. But hey, what's the big deal? A few bandits got away, it's not the end of the world.
Hey, you two! Murasaki and Shion are sick, and it's all because of your bad dreams!
Whoa, someone's in a bad mood, huh? So funny.
I know, right?
What's wrong?
They're acting so weird. Paimon was pretty aggressive just now, but they don't seem offended at all.
Allow me. Gentlemen, do you still remember visiting Isa Bathhouse last night for dream regulation therapy?
Did we?
Damn.
I don't think so.
Huh. Do you recall having any bad dreams recently?
No, why would I? What in this world could be so bad that it'd give me nightmares?
Nope, nothing comes to mind. Bad dreams must be highly irregular, surely. You don't have to look far to see that life is beautiful.
What is going on? It's like they've completely forgotten what they did last night. Although Paimon can believe what they're saying, they don't exactly seem troubled by nightmares. Does that mean Amura Ichigensai's counseling actually works?
No, they're clearly not in their right minds. Traveler, Paimon, focus hard for a second. I'm gonna try something a little unorthodox.
Okay then, lady.
Whoa! What did you do?
Entered their subconscious minds. I noticed they've both become disassociated from their subconscious, meaning I can access it, similarly to how I enter people's dreams.
No! No! Those thugs! I won't let them get away with this! I won't!
The sea is too rough today. I should stay on dry land till things calm down.
Huh?
As you can see, their troubles haven't gone anywhere. Susukida seems to have a short fuse, which causes him to act out of line. I'm sure this has caused him a lot of grief in his line of work. As for Umihiko, I believe he developed a fear of stormy waves after a near-death experience. Now he's reluctant to sail out to sea at all, which is having a devastating impact on his livelihood. Their negative emotions have been isolated from their conscious minds and left to float around in their subconscious. That's why on the outside, the only emotion they appear to feel is happiness. But those suppressed emotions will only continue to fester in their subconscious, eventually turning into the nightmares that have been giving Murasaki and Shion indigestion. If it's Emura Ichigensai's doing, I guess he's not the straightforward calm man we thought he was. Maybe he really does have ways of influencing human emotions. That would explain why no one has blown the whistle on him yet.
I
Did
knew
you
that it.
notice anything strange when you came here yesterday?
Not really. They were. You sure kept that one quiet.
Oh, no. Look, we have to find this Emura
Damn.
Ichigensai.
Mizuki?
Something inhuman is at work in Emura Ichigensai. The Traveler's Dream confirms if we don't find and stop him as soon as possible, his victims may well suffer irreversible damage to their psyches.
Yikes.
What's with the urgency?
Yeah, he'll turn up when he's ready.
This is.
You do remember what happened, only you don't want to talk about it, because you can't reconcile the presence of a nightmare with the happiness you presently feel. Just thinking about it brings up an overwhelming sense of being torn apart. You can't quite put it into words, but you fear you're a hair's breadth away from a total breakdown. Is that about right?
Please, stop. Everything will be fine as long as we don't think about it.
Emura Ichigensai's treatment has clearly left you wounded and vulnerable. But don't worry, I'm not here to snap you out of your denial.
This is insane. I
At
didn't expect it to be this good.
As long as you answer our question.
All right. But seriously, we really have no idea.
Yeah, apparently, yesterday's set.
Is he trying to hide from me?
They really don't know anything?
I don't suppose you know where he lives, do you?
No.
In that case... Yes, I suppose. Now that I know, honestly...
Don't forget, we want to book our next therapy, so we're not gonna quit until all this is resolved, and the bathhouse is back to business as usual.
Looks like I have... Still, I'm gonna need your full cooperation. The last thing I want is...
Don't worry about...
Paimon.
Alright, sure.
Very good.
Pretty bold claim saying you'll track this guy down. It's nice of you to give Mizuki one less thing to worry about and all, but what the heck do we do? 'Cause in case you hadn't noticed, these... Wait, you're right! There's no time to lose! To the grand...
Nico! At least after this, I'll finally be done with all my main quests.
She's usually somewhere around here.
Here for a fortune slip, little ones? Or visiting a friend?
Whoa! Where did you come from?
That was a little lukewarm. You're starting to sound a lot like her. But pleasantries aside, what's the matter? You look rather out of sorts. You may remember I dropped a not-so-subtle hint as to his whereabouts yesterday. Let's not lose focus here. You're here to ask for my help, so would you mind explaining the situation to me?
Yeah, fair enough. We went to the place you mentioned, but he slipped through our fingers. Next thing we heard was he's not seeing patients there anymore. Apparently, he loves his peace and solitude. So obviously, we've got no idea where to find him now.
Oh, and after the lengths I went to get you that location.
Don't know if this helps, but we did learn some other stuff about him yesterday.
Wait, what? Emura Chuya?
You know him?
I once asked the Yai Publishing House to host an event for contributors to the Reader's Letters column. I had hoped it might be a fun chance to meet some like-minded people and chat. Until he showed up. Are you telling me that Emura the Hellraiser and Emura the Healer are the same person?
Based on everything we've learned so far, it certainly looks that way.
All right, well, in that case, give this address a try.
Really? Who chooses to live in a place like that?
This was the delivery address he gave to the Yai Publishing House once, when he placed an order for several dozen books in one go. He also requested to pay on receipt. The warehouse took one look and assumed it must be some kind of prank, so they rejected the order, earning them an honorable mention in his complaint letter. Of course, with the benefit of hindsight, it's rather obvious why he lives there. Someone as antisocial as him wouldn't be welcome anywhere else.
You've got a point. Well, we clearly made the right decision coming to talk to you.
I'm just glad I could help my old friend.
You mean Mizuki? So you really do want to help her?
I can tell that she's invested an awful lot into the Isa bathhouse. It's only natural for me to show some concern when I see a friend's business in trouble.
Really? 'Cause yesterday it looked more like you were looking for a fight.
I assume Mizuki has told you that we're competitors? She has always believed that, ever since we were classmates. And now that I'm the Guji of the Grand Narukami Shrine, I'm sure she must feel the need to prove herself through her endeavors at the Isa bathhouse. The last thing she'd want is for me, of all people, to swoop in and save the day the moment the going gets tough. So if I want to help, I have to be mindful of her feelings and tread delicately. I'll take that as a compliment. Mizuki's always so considerate towards others. It would be nice for someone to reciprocate once in a while.
Interesting.
Well done, you took the hint. Now, while I'm sure you'd love to chat longer, you seemed to be in a great hurry when you arrived. Shouldn't you be on your way?
Oh, right. Come on, let's send a message to Mizuki right away.
Okay. Before we do that, I want to go here. Yo, hey, Helia, you wanna get me these two, echoes? So I can get everyone except for, I think... Oh, I could do Kirara, I could do Diluc, I can do Kaching, and I could do Kazuha. I don't have Ventate. I have Dia, but she's not leveled up. Oh, so it's like... Here, I'll show you. Do you have... What? So it looks like this, so when they run around, it adds a little echo to them. Only certain characters have them so far. Not yet. It's a brand new thing, and also it's really hard to get them. So it's Zhongli, Chi-Chi, Dia, Venti, Kazuha, Ganyu, Kaching, Diluc, Kirara, Ningguangjin. And to get it, you must complete the Imaginarian Theater, which is like a really hard version of the Abyss. Yeah, that's why you don't have them, dummy. Yeah, you have to really get good characters to do that. It's like endgame content. I don't know shit. You think I'm smart? No.
Giddy up.
Well, the other thing is, Helia. If you don't do it now, you won't, like, get the keys you need for it.
This should be the place
Traveler, Paimon.
Mizuki!
All thanks to you two. With what I learned from those two guys. So.
Sure hope so, 'cause this is our only lead.
Then that confirms it. So from here on out. All right.
Helia? Do you have to fight things? How do they seem? Ugh. Hi, Karn. How long till Shalonen banner drops? Not quite sure, but I think a few days. I don't know if I'm gonna pull for her. I don't really want her.
Whoa. This is...
Calm, yet repressed.
What is it, Mizuki? Figured something out?
Nothing new. Just further confirmation.
Okay. $21 and 7 minutes. Hello.
He set up an ambush?
Seems like we're not welcome here.
Yeah, tomorrow.
Now you shall perish.
As one with wind and cloud. The wind knows me. Laid bare.
Miss Yume Mizuki, you found me at last. Ah, and I see you've brought some friends with you. Please, forgive my lack of hospitality.
Emira Chuya. So it is you.
Mizuki was right after all. Paimon wasn't expecting him to be so polite, though.
Just a reminder, if you're on YouTube, don't forget to watch my latest video. There is a giveaway in that video for free merchandise, and nobody has commented. Not a single person. free merch, chat. And also, I do free Welking giveaways on videos too, which one person won the other video, and oh shit, Helia, did you put a cabbie lettuce in the latest video for the Welkin giveaway? If not, please do that.
Please, do not call me by that name anymore. The old me was plagued by negative emotions, but I have parted ways with them
Yeah,
now.
I just want to remind you.
That period of my life is consigned to the past, and the name along with it.
You have to listen to me. There is no way to get rid of all your negative emotions. This life you're living now is a lie.
Your perspective is most amusing.
What's so funny? Don't you know you're harming people?
Harming people? That's what you believe? Very well. I understand and accept your perspective, even if you cannot afford me the same courtesy in return.
What is up with him? He's being so calm and polite. So why does everything he says make Paimon want to punch him?
As you can see, Miss Yume Mizuki, all my psychological problems have been completely resolved. I must thank you for your attempts to diagnose my condition, but I see now that the truth is far simpler than you were proposing. All my misery was merely a consequence of human frailty. I could not hope to remove my emotional impurities on my own strength. I lived in fear and anger. Fear that I was not worthy of other people's attention. Anger at how they invalidated me. I became a slave to my emotions. They turned me into a wretched and loathsome creature, hostile to everyone. But things are different now. I've acquired the ability to eradicate those emotions for good. No longer will I be afraid. Never again will I be stirred to anger. No, I am filled now with only one emotion, and that is happiness. I have become humanity perfected.
This is so creepy.
What I'm hearing is that you've developed your own unique understanding of psychological issues. So how about you play therapist this time? I have a couple of cases I'd love to hear your thoughts on.
I would be delighted.
The first is a soldier with poor control of his temper. He flies off the handle too easily, and it gets him into all sorts of trouble. This is having a significant impact on his daily life,
How you doing, sweetie?
and he's developed symptoms of depression as a result.
He simply needs to let go of his anger. Then he will surely find peace and happiness.
The second is a fisherman who's developed thalassophobia. Now he is unable to provide for his family, which is causing him immense anxiety.
Oh, of course. He must cast his fear far away and forget it ever existed. Then he can return to the sea at once.
I'm sorry, but you're wrong on both counts.
Oh?
The soldier's anger is rooted in his strongly held principles. Yes, his rage can make him reckless, but it also fuels his deep desire to stand against injustice. Losing his anger made him passive and apathetic. He now stands by and does nothing as bandits
This
attack
quest is so
innocent
creepy.
people. The fisherman's fear made him one of the most reliable sailors around. Thanks to his cautiousness and diligence, accidents were a rare occurrence among his crew, despite the dangers of their profession. But after forgetting his fear, he destroyed the fruits of the entire crew's labor on his first return to the sea. Fascinating, isn't it? Anger gives people the courage to stand up for what they believe in, and fear nurtures care and attention. Emotions are integral to human dreams, and after many years of dealing with their dreams, the Yumekoi Baku have learned an important secret about human emotions. Negative emotions do not just go away. They will always be there. This is true for everyone. Not only that, but their presence is essential. You can't have a healthy human psyche without negative emotion. So do you have any idea what you've done to those poor men?
What an amusing theory. In fact, I do remember those two. But I'm afraid that the only emotion I sense in them now is happiness.
You fucked them
How
up,
can you
dude.
believe that negative emotions are required for a healthy psyche? It's a laughable theory. Don't you remember how I was when we first met? You call that healthy?
Acknowledging that negative emotions exist doesn't mean giving them free rein over our minds and lives. Humans have a whole gamut of emotions. They're supposed to keep each other in balance. But if that balance gets disrupted, emotions start working against each other. Untethered rage cripples the capacity to be careful and considerate. Uncontained fear drives people to abandon beliefs they once held dear. The person you were when you first came to my practice only proves this further. You were dominated by your emotions. Under their influence, you deliberately inflicted pain on other people. Meanwhile, the person you are now is so lost that you aren't even aware of the pain you're bringing to
Holy
others.
shit.
This diagnosis is going to sound harsh, but I'm afraid it's accurate. You've simply gone from one extreme to another. You say you've reached perfection, but you're just as dysfunctional now as where you started.
How entertaining. Still, there's no need for me to argue back. You have failed to provoke me. I will forgive you for this offense, because I know my present perfection to be a fact. I have direct and incontrovertible evidence. You once told me that nightmares are the result of a buildup of negative emotions. But ever since I acquired my present abilities, I never had another nightmare again. Clearly, that proves that all of my negative emotions have been definitively eradicated.
I'm afraid not. Look where we are right now. We're inside your nightmare.
What?
No wonder! Hyman knew something was up the moment we arrived!
The enemies that we encountered were manifestations of his negative emotions. That can only happen in a nightmare.
No, that can't be.
That entity claimed it could remove your negative emotions. But all it did was separate them and store them deep in your subconscious, beyond your reach. Your situation is far worse than that of the other victims. It has deceived you at a much deeper level. You can't even perceive that at this very moment, you're
I
in
like
the
how
middle of
Mizuki's
a
glowing
nightmare.
a little bit too.
How laughable. Fear? No. There is no fear left in me. This is all just a terrible joke. This is no dream. No.
Something's appeared behind.
So, my arch-nemesis has gained through my trickery. Clearly, you came prepared. The emotional cocoon I've wrapped him in was all but impenetrable.
The fuck is that?
You managed to tear it down.
So it is you. Just as I thought.
What is that?
A nightmare monster. A fearsome yokai that was once the bane of Inazuma. We Yumekoi Baku eat the nightmares of humans, while they called those nightmares their home. So we were natural enemies. When I heard the traveler recount that strange dream, I knew that this was a possibility. But it's still a shock to see one of our long-lost arch-enemies in the flesh. They were supposed to have gone extinct long ago.
Then allow me to formally introduce myself. My name is Kurayume, and I am the last of my kind.
Okay.
Kurayume. That's a name I haven't heard in a long, long time. How have you survived all these years?
Likewise, Yume Mizuki is a name that takes me back to a different age. Although I must say, we may be born enemies, but I have never felt any great animosity toward you personally. Ultimately, the fall of the nightmare monsters was the fault of our hosts. Humans are such fragile creatures. But now, I have found a way to revive my kind.
Oh no! We've got to catch up to him!
What is even happening?
Turn that frown upside down.
What's happening? Paimon's feeling dizzy all of a sudden.
That's the feeling of rejection. It's so strong. Quick, after him!
A bitter pill to swallow.
What is even happening?
Right there! Whoa! What happened to all the paths?
He's repressing his emotions even harder.
Sweet dreams!
Okay, the only thing that sucks is that if you didn't pull for Mizuki's weapon,
Turn that frown upside down.
how are you gonna get it if she's a standard banner character?
There! He's got nowhere left to run! Whoa! What's happening to the ground?
Watch out! I used my powers to cushion our fall.
Don't worry, we've fallen from bigger heights before.
We've been completely cut off. That creature has taken complete control of his consciousness. We'll never catch him.
Would it be easier if we wake up?
Remember the fragrance we smelled on our way in? That's how the monster lures people into the dream state. Now we're inside. We can't get out
I
unless
also
we manage
agree,
to
but
defeat
then that
him
would
in
make
his
another
true form.
gotcha banner and it would kind of suck.
He's turned Emarachuya's nightmare into his lair. There's only one way to force him into the open, and that's by finding a way to eat this nightmare.
Eat this nightmare? But is that even possible?
Not only is it possible, Paimon, it's quite literally my job.
Oh, Paimon knows that. It's just
This monster has harmed too many people. We have to stop it. It's okay. I knew what I was getting into. We may not have caught him, but our chase wasn't in vain. He led us deep inside his dream.
It's so...
That's what happens if you leave your net. There must be a lot of emotional fragments in
Wait, but...
where the light is.
If I say it's your fault, it's your fault! Do you understand me? You shouldn't go running around with that stupid thing in your hand! Do you want to go hungry tonight?
Ugh. The atmosphere here is so
Wait, I thought they would
oppressive.
add it to the...
Is
I'm
it
not sure if they
anger
did, that's the
or
thing.
Fear.
Be careful. Every time we draw near to one of these fragments, we'll experience the underlying emotion on a visceral level.
Time to relax.
You, a rider? Get rid of this
We shouldn't stay here.
Overruled.
Ha ha! That guy? Let's keep playing.
Wow.
Nope. Not here.
I honestly don't know if they added it.
Turn that frown upside down.
I just,
What is this place?
I just streamed a bit and, I treated myself to some Panda Express, which then gave me food poisoning, so yay.
It's his sorrow. Human emotions exist in a delicate balance. When that balance is by isolating these negative emotions and allowing them to fed, if we want to restore balance.
Oh, so that's what.
Well done, Paimon.
Aw.
I need to find a way to separate the sorrow might just do the job. As long as it's kept in check, it can calm the waves of emotions and help.
Let it out, Chuya. Let the tears flow.
This process will untangle his unbridled fear and anger, his unresolved resentment, and his unshakable
Yeah, Panda
despair.
Express is pretty good, but yeah.
These excess emotions will be separated
Gave me
out
some
from the
food
rest.
poisoning, so that was
They are the source
fun.
of this nightmare.
Actually, we have one nearby. I've never heard of it, but I'm
It's
gonna
all
try
right.
it now.
It's an unpleasant flavor, but I've taken a good cry can work wonders. Even though he seems beyond helping, I think he should be able to take another step out from the swamp of despair now.
Are you ready to come out now, Chuya? I'll be waiting for you right here, son. I'd love to listen to more of your stories whenever you're ready.
All right. There goes.
Amazing!
I thought I had found the perfect host, but you found the...
Ah! He's back again!
Freeing a single host from my...
Lo mein, you mean? I think it's just
What
L-O.
is this place?
I can't believe it.
Borderland?
To put it simply, it's a dream within a dream. A space hidden deep within the collective Inazuman subconscious.
It's
A
okay.
dream that can exist. This must be how that monster managed to survive the extinction of his kind. He hid here.
Mizuki, that eye.
He's trying to turn this place into a nightmare so he'll be more at home. And he's creating copies of himself. This place is connected to the dreams of every human in the nation. From here, he can place a copy of himself in every dream. If he succeeds, then he'll have effectively revived his kind already.
Then we know what we need to do. We gotta take this guy down. Do we think a sword will do the job?
Also, I am sponsored, by Matchington Mansion. It's absolutely free to download the game, and it helps me out a lot if you play it a little bit. Highly recommend playing it. It's a really cool matching game. That ends in 5 days, so you got 5 days to finish all the stuff. Also, don't forget to check the YouTube videos, because some of them have giveaways for free welcome and merchandise. And if you're on YouTube, feel free to subscribe if you like the content. Also, the latest Farina video is out, so it'd be really cool if you could watch it.
Maybe, if we can get close enough to reach his core. But he's brought the nightmares of all his victims here, and that gives him an immense amount of power. Dealing with this many in one go is going to take a different approach. We need a power to rival his nightmares. The power of sweet dreams.
Sweet dreams? Where are we gonna find those?
Lost minds. There should be some around here, and some of them will have come from sweet dreams originally. Come on, follow me. That dream last night tasted wonderful. Thank you for sharing it with me. Careful. We've got to move quietly. The nightmare monster has usurped control here. We need to stay out of his sight. Sweet dreams! Laid bare.
Okay.
This is where you fall. Illusion shattered, torn to oblivion.
Fallen leaves, adorn my night.
Mind the side effects.
Bad dreams be gone! Time to relax. Chasing Tanuki through the wood. Thank you for lending.
It's Tanuki, but okay. I am not happy with the fact that it is kind of almost forcing you.
Sweet Sweet dreams.
To use Mizuki.
Turn that frown upside down.
Fuck.
Sweet dreams.
Turn
Yeah.
that frown upside down.
I know.
Watching fireworks fly up, and thank you for sharing. All right, we've gathered enough power to proceed. The core should be just up ahead.
Why? Are these sweet?
I just wish we could have gathered some more. But these are all we could, which means we're running out of time.
No problem.
Sweet dreams.
Time to relax.
The alacrity with which you walk into my trap surprises me. Do you not realize why I lured you here? Because this is my domain. The world where I rule.
Not yet, it isn't. Overruled. Now!
Bipolar. Oh god, it's calling me out, chat.
You will find it to be quite ineffective against the power of my nightmares.
Into the wind. Laid bare.
I must confess, I am somewhat confused. Both of us bring happiness to humans now. Why must you still treat me as your enemy?
Because the happiness you provide is a lie. All you do is make them forget their negative emotions exist. And now they're living under the illusion that they're gone for good. All the while, these repressed feelings continue to fester in their subconscious, eventually becoming nightmares intense enough to become your home. Your kind has always thrived by magnifying your host's negative emotions for your own gain. What you're doing now is no different from what you've always done.
Incorrect. This time, I shall... When a human becomes dominated by their negative emotions, when they lose their ability to survive, that is how my king died out.
This man does not understand humanity.
But I can give them a fantasy instead, turning them into the perfect hosts, capable of surviving no matter how dire the situation in their subconscious. This is the path.
You do realize what that means, don't you? You've gone from one extreme to the other.
Oh, I'm perfectly aware. There is nothing you can say that I do not already know. For over all the years that your kind has been learning about the human mind, I have been hiding here, watching and learning from the fruits of your labor. But I'm afraid I could not care less for the moral burdens that you impose upon yourselves. The health of the human psyche is of precisely zero interest to me. Now here's a question well worth thinking about. If we allowed the humans themselves to decide, which of us would they really choose? You or me? Do you see now? I won this battle long before you ever set foot inside
Do you guys hear the music? It's so distorted.
He's growing stronger, but we've exhausted the power of the sweet. Even if we could find more sweet dreams now, it still wouldn't be enough.
If you accept that negative emotions are an immutable presence in the human mind, then you must also know that such emotions include apathy and sloth. Without the Yumekibaku there to hold their hand and walk them through dream regulation therapy, do you honestly think that anyone would ever be inclined to embrace the negative emotions? No, they would sooner run from reality to forget all about their troubles and live inside an illusion.
But the whole reason I wanted to become a psychologist. Traveler. These feelings. So that's how they should taste. Longing. Caused by separation. So bitter. And yet the experience led to a whole new journey for you. If you keep pressing on, maybe even more precious memories await. Despair. Caused by failure. Icy cold. And yet in conquering this despair, you gained the courage to face the lightning. Regret. Caused by missed opportunity. A harsh aftertaste. And yet it's only through that loss that we can learn to appreciate everything we have. And after all these flavors comes sweetness, passion, and refreshed hope. So that's why I was able to taste a sweet dream at our first meeting. Long before you ever met me. You'd already gained the courage to never avoid or run away from your feelings. And all your nightmares had become the fuel for sweeter dreams. The power that you have gained by processing everything from your long journey is surely far stronger than any power wielded by that creature. The whole reason I wanted to become a psychologist was to try and help people become someone like you.
Oh, come on.
It's you.
Your dream is so powerful.
Traveler, give him all you've got.
I hate this. Let me use my traveler. Thank you very much. Bro, they know how ass he is that they had to give you assistance.
Lightning flash. Take this. Thunderclap.
Yes. Traveler does process their emotions a lot better. However, it's only probably because of the fact that they've been having a lot of friends to help them along the way.
Once the false dream he created has been destroyed, I can make sure all his victims make a full recovery. I don't think I ever would have been able to do this without your help.
Don't mention it.
You shall join my...
What? He's still not dead? Wait, does anyone else hear water? Where is that coming from?
Maybe he made his host build some kind of device in the underwater cave. Once he realized we were onto him, he decided to sacrifice his host.
So you mean We're in danger in the real world, too?
We've got to wake up.
But how? Like...
This should be high enough. Traveler, Paimon.
Huh?
If you're afraid, then just take my hand and close your eyes. Yes, just like the...
I would like an actual cutscene, please.
Hold on tight. The Yomeku Ibaku are getting to work.
That is a big one. I like how Ether so naturally flies because he had wings before. It is cute. He's just like such a little happy goblin. Bitch just blew this cat into the traveler's lips. I know.
Finally over. It's a good thing I had the force. They were very delicious. Traveler, could I pick your brain with another question? What do you think humans tend to have more of? Happy dreams or bad ones? If only that were true. Most people struggle to deal with their negative emotions. They bottle them up inside until they festered and turned into nightmares. As a result, humans have far more bad dreams than good ones, and most happy dreams are short and fleeting. They are so rare that it's basically impossible for them to be shared with others. Heck, there are even people out there who only have the mind space to have happy dreams after they've given us their bad ones. Which is all to say that the dreams we get to taste are usually bad ones. No matter how hard we try, we can't seem to change this state of affairs. I once believed the only reason we Yumeku Ibaku existed was to serve as a disposal method for nightmares. It's a fate that we cannot escape, no matter how many dreams we eat or how many years pass by. Even though I call myself a clinical psychologist, I also have dark thoughts sometimes. I suppose that's the only problem I have. Still, after learning the principles of psychology, I came up with a new way to look at all of this. If we can use psychotherapy to help people come to terms with their emotions, they'll gain the ability to deal with their nightmares on their own, so they'll no longer need to call upon us for assistance. That way, more and more people can free up their minds for truly happy dreams, until there'll be enough to share around. naive one.
I'm gonna try to
more like.
snooze this ad one more
Even though I've run this
time.
business for quite a long time now, it still hasn't come true. Not even once. So I must thank you, because after meeting you, I finally became sure that my wish is achievable, and knowing that is all the treatment I need against the dark thoughts I sometimes have.
There you are! Paimon's been looking everywhere for you, too! Paimon was just watching the Baku eat the nut. Oh, and speaking of Baku, we were gonna...
It's a little late for that now.
Oh.
Still, the night is young.
Huh?
Not having Paimon ruin the moment per fucking usual. She's so annoying. Oh. Did she just... Alright.
Excuse me.
Hi,
Hello.
baby.
Please come register over here.
What's going on? Why are there so many guests?
Oh, it looks like business is booming with Amura Ichigensai out of the picture.
Morning, you two. Want to make an appointment?
Yes, please, for today.
Then I better get you another VIP pass.
Awesome!
Oh my. Imagine if you'd taken my advice and sold your shares the other day. It could have cost you dearly now that business is booming again. I hope you're not too upset with me, old friend.
Why would I be upset? It's not as if I ever took your suggestion seriously.
Oh, I've missed that way with words. So affectionate.
Would it kill you to not sneak up on people every darn time?
Morning, little ones. Did you enjoy the scenery last night? Hardly. That tree was directly beneath the Grand Narukami Shrine. What was I supposed to do? Move the entire
Is there a reason you're here, lady?
Mostly because I felt like a walk. The gentleman who your fellow Yumekui Baku fished out of the water last night is no longer in a critical condition. Although his mind seems to have regressed to that of a young child.
Oh.
It could have been worse, I suppose. Lady Guji, Come on, Miko. You've always been worse than me at keeping secrets. I admit that I feel inferior around you, and have an urge to prove myself. How could I not? But maybe these feelings are what have driven me to take this business as far as I have. My sense of inferiority keeps my ego in check, and my desire to prove myself gives me the strength to persevere. I'm able to accept these parts of me for what they are. There's no need for you to tiptoe around them.
Oh, you could have told me sooner. The poor traveler here has been doing all my running around for me.
True. But then again, without the traveler's help, you'd have been placed in a difficult position. Emira Ichigensai had amassed a huge following. For the Guji of the Grand Narukami Shrine to publicly go against him would have been a dangerous move. An angry mob of zealots could have done some serious damage to the shrine's reputation. Much safer for the Guji not to get personally involved. It was the right decision.
While that's all true, my main concern was that I didn't want to upset an old friend. Otherwise, I could have taken a much more direct approach.
Miko.
I always seem to forget that you're more cunning and less adorable than you look. Seems like my worries about upsetting you were unfounded.
It's not that I don't get upset. Everyone has their fair share of troubles, but every sorrow has its cure. Here's your new VIP pass. Please take good care of it.
Is that the end?
Could we go over...
Oh, absolutely. So like the what was I gonna do? Oh, I know what I'm gonna do. Since I finally got my reputation maxed out, it's time to be in front of my copium husband, apparently.
I don't like them putting chemicals in the water that turn the friggin' frogs gay. Do you understand that? Turn the friggin' frogs gay. Serious crap gay. Frogs friggin' frogs. It's not funny. I'm gonna say it real slow for you. Gay. Frogs.
I did. Hello, Raptor. Thank you so much for the raid. We are getting ready to end stream, but I really appreciate you for raiding in and sharing your community with me. How you doing today, sweetheart? He's breathing, chat. Copium.
Hi, hello, welcome.
Hello. The sixth month lights up the moment of arrival, and the seats upon which we may evermore rest. We call it a miracle. Together we have brought this journey to its conclusion, yet instead of an ending, let us see this as a new beginning. And there we have it. My copium husband. How are you doing, Raptor? How was your stream? Thank you so much for raiding in. Like I said, we are getting ready to end, unfortunately. But I do appreciate you taking the time to share your community with me. No worries. Bye-bye. Thank you so much for joining. Alrighty. So, what we are going to do today, tomorrow, is I have some errands to run, and then I also have, some other things to do before I can stream. But we're gonna be doing some Honkai Star Rail tomorrow. But for now, we're gonna go ahead and read someone. Show the wishing banner? No, I'm ending stream. Sorry about that, friend. But feel free to check out another stream if you're interested. I think my last stream I did wish for Varessa, so you can watch that if you're interested. Let's see who we want to raid. Tenta is live. Yeah, you too. We're gonna raid the Tenta cat. And I will see you guys tomorrow.